Welcome back.
We're here.
The year is actually 1986. This happens a couple months after the last movie, and the last movie obviously ends in I think it's still October. It might be November of 1985.
What do we do?
Well, you may remember from the last time that someone sent this car. Doc Brown sent us the DeLorean from question mark. Our goal is to figure out where and when. Where is probably Hill Valley.
I found the fast mode button.
Ah, yes. Was it hold right mouse button?
It's shift. Let's talk to the dog. Okay. What up, dog?
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
I am a dog.
Of course.
I would love it if someone owned a dog that could only say the phrase, I am a dog. Like I am Groot, but it's just like, what is it, boy? I am a dog. What is something wrong with Timmy? I am a dog.
A talking dog? I am a dog. I am a dog. This doesn't...
Looks like the time server still works. Now we need to know when to look for Doc.
We need to look at the shoe.
Let's take inventory, literally.
Alright, let's look at the inventory. What do we got here? I think the shoe's probably got like a date on it, right?
That would be really convenient. I believe, actually, examine item. There's
Oh, I see.
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
See? It's the only clue.
It's the only clue. So the use item lets you take it out into the world and interact it with shit, and examine, lets you take a closer look.
This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as though we already know what would happen if Biff had a goddamn time machine.
Yeah.
Although, how do you think, alternate 1985 Biff would handle it differently? Because he doesn't have the same experience as 2015 old Biff.
I probably shouldn't touch this.
I'd be interested to know.
Or maybe be like, I will finally get my revenge.
He just goes back to 1955 and tries to undo what went right.
Alright, I'm going to use this shoe.
Okay.
Nah.
What?
Apparently that shoe does not have a USB port in 1986. Maybe in 2015 you could just go down to the corner drugstore and get a USB plug. I think you can. I think you could just do that.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Slapping it against the console isn't letting it out of your sight, Marty.
All right, let's think about this.
Yeah.
We're in a situation where we have limited options.
Right.
So we may need an unconventional solution. Something perhaps slightly unrealistic and almost cartoonish. What can you do with the shoe? What sort of information can the shoe give us?
I can hit something with it.
Go on. What other attributes does the shoe have?
I could wear it.
You could, but you don't have the other ones, so you just look ridiculous.
I want to hit the DeLorean with it. Can I not do that?
Well...
Oh!
What do you think? What are you thinking?
I got it.
I am a dog.
Einstein, sniff this shoe. Sniff it.
The adventure game assumption is that all dogs are bloodhounds.
Right.
Great Scott! I think he's onto something.
Great Scott!
Just running. The dog just disappears. Oh, well. That's a good idea. Yay! I was hoping that would happen.
It did.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Here, specifically, where are we?
We just left the time machine there in the front of the house with Biff sitting there.
Yep.
Good.
But hey, it has the lock on it, as we discussed.
So what? There's a liquor store.
There's one in the corner. There's a gate. There's a buzzer.
I'm a buzz.
Strickland.
Oh.
Step away from the door.
Oh dear.
Now, let me get a look at you.
That is an angry...
Einstein, come on.
I want to say person,
Is
but...
that Mrs. Strickland?
Not technically.
Madam Strickland?
No.
Mama Strickland?
No, but you're closer with that one.
I'm not a hooligan.
Well, I mean, you're kind of a hooligan.
I've got
I got something in my front pocket for you.
Something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Let her see. Let her have it.
Throw it at her.
Just knock the old woman unconscious.
Now, what would I want with a... Huh?
All right. Did it do it? Did it? What did... Oh! Oh!
I like that, like, realization, like, on her face. Move along. Gotta shoot.
Where did that Mormon woman come from?
It's a question I ask myself far too
The
often.
weirdest clothes.
Creature outside.
Oh, Einie.
Sorry, Einstein.
I am a dog. I'm a dog.
Dog, dog, dog.
Einstein the talking dog is my favorite.
Hashtag episode title.
Yes.
What up, old woman?
Took you long enough.
You're old. You tried doing
There's
stairs.
a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago.
She's not even gonna question why you have
Put
it.
it
Yeah.
down next to
Or why
the
it looked
other
brand new.
Yeah, right?
Much better. So neat.
Much better.
orderly.
Problem solved.
Also,
Suppose you'll
who
be wanting
keeps
some
an old
sort of
shoe,
reward.
like, out,
No,
like they're about to
All
use
I've
it,
got is
like in the middle of their
teeth
apartment
and
at all
candy.
times?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I also
called
love-
you a hooligan.
All I got is
I
tea
try not
and
to jump to
candy.
conclusions, but
Literally, that's it.
after
She
all,
said.
That's what she said.
people in
Her
this city
entire
are
existence is based on
hooligans.
tea and candy.
And that other shoe. So now she has 3 things. I also love... Everyone's a hooligan. It's a fact. Look it up.
Have
Yep.
a seat, Sonny.
So this is where I gave up.
This is where you gave up?
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck to do.
Hey!
We'll get you past here.
Put out those cigarettes!
This is the only part of the game I remember.
I thought... Who was it then? I know someone who
Don't
got...
touch those.
Well, I guess if you haven't
My
gotten past this, you wouldn't even know.
newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized.
Yeah, you could use
Not
a
about to
filing
let
cabinet or
some
something.
street punk get jam all over them.
Jam hands?
I love her idea of street punks as dudes with jam in their hand.
Yeah.
Candy.
The candy looks older than I am.
Probably is. Judging by the fact that she's kept that
She
shoe.
keeps it hot in here.
So hot for real. Yeah.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
Alright, so she leaves. So clearly I want
You've
to touch the
convinced her that,
newspapers.
that the tea is ready in like 15 seconds. Good job. So we got some newspapers.
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture.
Nice.
Zing. Okay, so I guess that wasn't the solution.
Well, look around. Let's see what might be useful to you.
Pictures.
Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that, dear?
Nothing.
Zing.
Nothing. Oh
That
god.
definitely looks like Strickland.
I think if you click again, you look at other pictures. I might be wrong.
They
No.
look like they've got sticks up there.
What's that, dear?
Nothing. Oh,
Nothing.
you can do this. That's cool.
Oh,
Space
really?
bar.
I did not know that did that.
Peculiar. The water still hasn't come to a boil.
God damn it. Alright, so clearly I have to do that again, because whatever I was supposed to do.
Well, let's look around first and try and get a game plan, huh?
Cat bowls.
Cat bowls.
Oh, there's a cat.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ms. Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
This woman makes me very sad.
Because cats?
She's just like such the typical like, oh, like look what has happened to this poor woman.
Editorial trophies.
Cat Lovers Quarterly.
It's legitimate journalism.
It's legitimate
That
journalism.
doesn't sound very legitimate. Newspaper.
Do you think she also has Carl Sagan on the TV?
Oh, maybe. I can't interact with the TV, though, it seems.
She probably doesn't have electricity.
Binoculars?
Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
What do we see?
Man, these are powerful. I could see Biff going into the video store.
You wouldn't believe the filth that boy watches. He's
Oh.
nothing but an
Oh.
out-of-control hedonist.
She's talking about
just
porn.
like
What?
his
Hey now!
Biff's into porn.
There's a clue to find a
So
doc out
Biff's
there.
a
I'm
guy?
not seeing it. I
What
don't
are we
even know where to start
drawing
looking.
important conclusions from that?
Alright, so that wasn't helpful.
Why don't you hear more sad stories from this woman? Maybe she will.
I have to talk to her?
I mean, you don't have to, but it's probably a reasonable idea.
The WASD controls are not super.
They're not great. I prefer the strict point and click game.
I know what you're doing behind that tree.
Oh, this
Little Diddy,
game.
Blackjack
Yep.
and Diane. When did you lose your shoe?
When you lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
Oh, good, great. I'm gone.
Oh, that shoe.
Ah, literally the only shoe in this room.
Nelly. No one likes a busybody, you know.
They don't. It's true. I don't like them at
Fine,
all.
Let me think about it.
That's racist.
You're racist.
Yes, I am.
I
Against
remember
busybodies.
I lost
We have it in
a
common.
Scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
All right.
A speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral
Where is Hill Valley
depravity, you
supposed
know.
to be? California somewhere?
I'm not sure they say specifically. It's strongly implied like Southern California.
All right.
Wow,
Tell me more.
speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Is that a thing you've heard?
No.
I haven't heard that.
The past,
How would you
young
drink?
Man.
It would just leak through.
Prohibition,
Depends on the
Who has
slipper.
waterproof slippers?
gangsters rule
Doesn't have to be
the town.
waterproof. It just has to be.
Yeah, it has to be waterproof.
No.
So it contains the water.
No.
Where was that
Where was it?
speakeasy?
That speakeasy that burned down on me.
Words.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch,
I am.
There's literally a liquor store like next
That's all.
door.
I'm a student of history.
student of history, my Aunt Fanny.
Yeah.
Watch your language, young woman.
Slackers can give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store.
Huh?
The
Ah,
speakeasy
video
used to
store?
be hidden in plain sight
Ah.
down there in the town square, right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
Remember those?
The video store building
The
must
squatting
have been
store?
up
No, I
after the
haven't been to
speakeasy
one of
burned
those.
down.
They're great.
Following year, as I recall.
Okay. So that's useful. Wait, it burned down and they put in a video store the following year?
It's a little ambiguous, but what I think they mean is the building burned down, so obviously there wouldn't be a building
they
there if they didn't
rebuilt the
rebuild
building.
it. So they rebuilt the building and eventually it became a video store.
Okay. So we've learned something important. We want to go to the speakeasy now. Right?
Well, like, yeah,
All
so
these newspapers.
I could ask her about the
This
newspapers.
is
Yeah.
my personal archive.
I have all of those kitty magazines I mentioned earlier.
Valley Telegraph
Alright, so now that we know about the speakeasy, maybe one of her things
Every
will tell
single
us...
issue.
From 1871 to the present.
She's very
It
excited about
happened
it.
in Hill
Jesus.
Valley.
Fully
Find
erect.
it in my stacks.
That's cool.
I guess somewhere in these stacks
I
there
like
must be
that
an
question.
article about the speakeasy burning down.
Could these newspapers help me? How the hell would I know?
Myself,
It kind of bothers me
I
that
was
the, like,
quite a
prompts
reporter
are
back
not
in
what
day.
the people actually say.
Any idea what date that article came out?
There's sort of two schools of thought on it in terms of
Obviously,
design.
the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Thank you. That's very helpful. I'm looking for a date, not a relative
Oh,
date.
I set
Right.
my
We'll
sights
just go through all of the things.
on lower things.
Penises.
That
Biff's junk.
Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
Tiff Tannen?
There's lots of tannins. Those guys who were like hanging out with him in 1985, were they his like brothers or whatever? Or were those gang
Well, they
members?
keep-
They're gang members, I thought.
Not sure. I think they're gang members.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Oh my god. Can you imagine if this was an actual person?
How do you know it's not? Damn.
Alright, so I'm gonna try this again. Get a radiator.
Alright, so let's take stock of what we did find out, because as you point out...
We found out that across the street was a speakeasy,
Yep.
and she lost her shoe the day the speakeasy burned down. So
Yep.
that's clearly where we want to go. Now we need to figure out what date that was. She's got every newspaper here. She's gonna do the same thing, isn't he?
Brown Mansion destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded.
Look, it's
Alright,
up there.
Einstein brought
Oh
me
wait,
the
robbed by
shoe,
zombies.
And Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy
Yeah,
burned
right.
down.
So,
When did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
Perhaps there's some record of that. Something that isn't the newspapers, because the newspapers will give you the eventual date.
something in my inventory?
Well, you got the tape recorder, which obviously doesn't have a date in it. You have this object from the present, which isn't really a historical document. You have a photo of your dad.
Why do I have that?
You can find out by clicking on it.
No, I can't.
Not possible.
Maybe it's in the pictures.
They all look like they've got
Nope.
sticks up
What's that, dear?
there. Nothing.
That's what you get.
Oh,
with
maybe...
these cheap, foreign-made kettles. I'm trying to find an American one nowadays.
Alright, I got an idea. I'm gonna do this again.
Tell me your idea.
I'm gonna send her to the other room and I'm gonna use her binoculars
That's a good
to
idea.
look at the video store.
What you've encountered, dear
Boiling
sir,
by now.
is a sequencing problem. They don't actually come up all that often in adventure games. A lot of the time you can just pick something up without having an idea why you want it.
Hey,
But-
mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Oh, she's back.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright, I guess I didn't need to do that. Add
Dun,
video. Show
dun, dun,
us.
dun.
There he is with his porn. 1932.
It looks like an erotic novel. Like a really old, like, vintage erotic novel.
1932.
From, like, the Victorian era.
That must have happened
Is that what he's
before.
into?
Probably.
When? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Ha ha! Sexy old lady.
Alright, so I've made progress here.
Yes. So, now you have a date, so you have something to reference.
So I'm gonna send her out of the room again.
Send her out of the room.
Get out of my room, bitch!
She lives here, young
The
man.
water's boiling
Respect
right
your
now.
elders.
She's actually right, though. Surely the water's boiling by now.
I mean, it should be. Maybe she just forgot to turn it on.
Let's see.
Or maybe her range is broken like mine is.
Speakeasy, singer vanishes, Hill Valley Expo delights crowd, soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy, arsonist slain.
Oh no.
Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was
Hang
fired
on.
from his...
Uh,
That name, I've heard it somewhere.
It's Doc!
oh no.
What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
Oh.
Papers.
Oh.
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
Some of those are like over 100 years
My
old.
history out of order. Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done?
I feel like she's being a little dramatic. I mean, you're right in that, you know, these are basically antiques, but still, we've gotten her history out of order?
Yeah.
I'm being attacked by hooligans.
Good times. We're gonna meet her later.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a photo of her.
Look at your trousers!
Oh man, what trousers?
Check it out.
So we can just put aluminum cans in Mr. Fusion.
Yep.
Where you
Doesn't he
been,
actually
son?
specifically not do that in the movie? Doesn't he, like, pour the contents in and then throw the can away or
Pretty sure
something?
that's true, yeah.
School play.
Clearly.
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play.
Why would you say the lead? Now he's gonna want to see it.
It's like Newsies or something.
Oh, Steinbeck. Who are you playing?
The
Never mind,
guy.
you don't
The
have to
lead!
explain.
I'm playing the lead! I
his name?
inherited the internet!
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right?
Oh,
Wish
baby.
my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You barely know I was gonna...
Yes and no. It's complicated.
Things and stuff.
Ready to go, Einstein?
I am a dog.
Hashtag episode title. Alright, let's time circuit
circuit.
switch.
On. Flux capacitor. Fluxy.
Fluxy or
It's
fluxing?
Flexy.
Okay.
Very
Doc's gonna
flexy.
get killed on June 14th, 1931. I'll just show up the day before.
Why is he always cutting it so goddamn close?
I know, right?
Give yourself 2 fucking
It was
weeks.
like 10 minutes to save Doc from the Libyans, and
Yeah.
like a day with completely unknown circumstances.
Yeah,
Like he's never been to 1931 before.
it's not very smart. So my only issue is that, like, we don't know, why is he going? Why? How did Doc...
So as you'll recall, the DeLorean showed up because the automatic retrieval function triggered.
Right, but the DeLorean was destroyed.
A DeLorean was destroyed.
So we're saying that somewhere between when...
Okay, so at the end of the third movie, the DeLorean was destroyed on the train tracks, but then Doc shows up in a fucking time train. You don't think he could set up another DeLorean in the future if he wanted?
Why would he do that?
Because DeLorean stainless steel is really good for the flexing.
But he made a time train. I like the idea that someone could build a time machine in 1985 and then could build the same time machine
Yeah.
in 1885 with like no materials. Like he needed like plutonium.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, no problem, I'll just build one out of a train. It's a little cray cray. Oh no, we foiled the police. Oh, now he's
we did
us.
sort of foil the police. They're kind of mad about it. Luckily, your car's made of stainless goddamn steel.
Yeah. Oh, he broke it. He broke it.
For example, the car's not frozen right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which is weird because when it left, it was frozen.
Yeah.
Car of the future.
Plot devices.
It's not so much a plot device as a really heavy wink.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those. I generally enjoy them, but I could understand why some of these might be a bit
I feel
much.
like in a game like this, like, fan servicey winks are always good.
Yeah, I think so. Hill Valley, 2 miles. I am a dog.
I am a dog. Alright. Shot of a curb.
Well, why don't we find out what's in 1931 next time? Next time.
Einstein.
Join us then.
Cowboy.
I am a dog. Like, he's able to walk from, like, that alleyway to the courthouse.
Yeah.
You know, it's small. HVPD sounds like a disease.
Can I
It
talk
really
to,
does.
Carl Sagan.
Are you his lawyer?
No.
Then scram.
That was some voice acting.
Why not just say
Then
yes?
scram.
I love how just, like, talking into the door, like, the police station is like a sentient creature.
Yes.
Like, you just open it and look at the
Hello,
thing.
police station.